This is Math Investigations with Mrs. Sutliff. Today our learning targets are: I can find equivalent fractions, I can add thirds and sixths or fourths and eighths, and I can find fractional parts of a group. Ryan has 1/2 of a chocolate cake. Chase has 2/6 of a vanilla cake. How much cake do they have altogether? Remember, you can use equations, pictures, or sentences to explain your thinking. Go ahead and pause this video and try to solve this problem. Go ahead, pause the video. These are two answers that we often see to the problem 1/2 plus 2/6. Is it 5/6 or is it 3/8? Remember, this is the kind of problem that only has one answer. To solve this problem, I like to use pictures. We've been using 4x6 rectangles to do math, so I'm going to try and show 1/2 on my 4x6 rectangle. And I'm going to draw it going this way. That's 1/2 right there. All right, and 2/6. My 4x6 rectangle is 6 going this way, so that's perfect for making 6. So there I have 2/6. And just to really show you, I'm going to draw my lines here to really show you that I do have 2 out of 6 shaded here. So this is 2/6. So now I need to combine my 1/2 and my 2/6 together. So I have a new 4x6 rectangle, and I'm going to put 1/2 on it. It is the same size as the 1/2 that I had. And now I'm going to put 2/6 on it. And now I need to figure out what my answer is. So I can do 6 on my 4x6 rectangle like this so that I can figure out how much of my rectangle I have. And it looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. And then I have 6 pieces altogether, so 6 is my denominator. So my answer is 5/6. All right, let's try another problem. Here I have the anchor chart that's hanging in our classroom, how to add fractions. My suggestions are to use a tool or model like the 4x6 rectangles. Always make sure you write an equation. Estimate using benchmarks first before you do any adding. That will help you check the reasonableness of your answers. So here's our problem. Mrs. Sutliff weighed 2 frogs. One frog weighed 1/2 an ounce. The other frog weighed 1/8 of an ounce. How much do both frogs weigh together? The first thing I want to do is estimate using benchmarks. I know my answer will probably be a little bit more than 1/2, but it's not going to be 1 whole ounce yet because 1/8 is pretty small. So my answer should be pretty close to 1/2. So a lot of times we'll see 4th graders who do 1/2 plus 1/8 equals 2/10 because they'll add their numerators going across the fraction right here and get 1 plus 1 is 2. And then they would add their denominators, 2 plus 8 equals 10, going across the bottom. Now, if you remember to estimate first using your benchmarks, you'll realize that 2/10 is not a reasonable answer because 2/10 is very small and you started with 1/2. Okay, so your answer needs to be more than 1/2 because you're adding 1/2 to 1/8. It's really important that you estimate first. If you estimate and you have a very reasonable estimate, you'll realize that this right down here makes absolutely no sense. So instead, you should use a model. Like down here, I've got my 1/2 shown right here, and I've got 1/8 right here. Okay, and if I just put them together on a 4x6 rectangle, I can see how much I have, and then I can figure out what fraction that is, because 1/2 is the same as 4/8. Then I know I have 4/8 plus one more eighth, which is 5/8. This is why we really need to know our fraction equivalents so that we can easily see 1/2 is 4/8, and then we can add fractions that have the same denominator, and then our answer will make more sense.